How's it going, guys? Cody back again, dropping yet another video. Right, guys, as you can see from the title of this video is about the super prison, which is known as HMP Berwyn, right, near Wrexham in Wales, right? It's supposed to be a new Titan prison, a new way of policing prisoners based on rehabilitation and telling prisoners that it's not a cell, it's a room, and calling prisoners by the first name rather than the last name, and having to knock on their door before you went to their cell. It's just been to be honest with you, right, as a former prisoner, I said that before the prison opened, it'll be like every other prison, rife with problems, drugs, addiction, cell fires, contraband, all the usual stuff, right? And like I say, they work on this Mandela rules now. It's a nice thought, but it's just not practical. By telling a prisoner, right, that cell with bars on a window, by calling it a room, prisoners are not going to think, oh well, it's a room, it's not a cell. I'm not really in prison, am I? I'm in an educational centre. Fucking clueless, these people that make these stupid decisions. And I criticise the prison massively. There's certain people on Twitter that I interact with that lick the arse of this prison. Oh, no, honestly, that's the right way to go. Now, like I say, prisoners are disenfranchised, desensitised, dehumanised, demoralised and stuff, right? But by calling this fucking cell a room, they still can't leave that fucking room, whether you call it a room or a cell. It's still a prison cell. Prisoners are not stupid as these government and fucking highly educated people are. We're not as stupid. Oh, calling something a cell, saying, oh, that's not a cell, that's a room. Prisoners are not stupid. They're like, yeah, but it's still a cell in it. I still can't leave it, can I? Still locked behind my door for hours a day. Do you know what I mean? And having to knock on a cell door before you enter. Fucking madness, guys. Well, check this out, right? I'll put a link in the description, as I always do, right? The headline, this is from the Daily Post, right? I think, yeah, it's a Wrexham paper, right? It's a sister paper, I think, of the Mirror Group News, Daily Mirror, Sunday Mirror, things like that. So the headline reads, Berwyn prison slammed over extra 9 years jail, right, hand time for unruly inmates. Now, this prison is supposed to be a rehabilitation prison. Like I say, obviously rehabilitation meaning that they reduce reoffending and people do their sentence and then they get out and they don't go back to crime, right? They've handed out, the prison's been open just over a year. It's handed out 9 years jail, right, extra days, weeks, months, you know what I mean, for unruly inmates, right? Now, I'll just check this out, guys. Unbelievable, right? The story reads, guys, right? The super jail handed out an extra 3,455 days of sentence extensions for rule-breaking prisoners. Remember, it's a new prison. It's aimed at reducing reoffending, reducing prison numbers. It's not even full, this prison, and it's a laughing stock and a waste of taxpayers' money. Right, do you know what I'm saying? Right, so it says here, prisoners in Wrexham were handed the equivalent of 9 years in extra jail for breaking prison rules. Inmates at HMP Berwyn were given 3,455 days extra in jail for falling foul of prison rules while serving sentences during 2017, the first year of the brand new facility being open. Right, it equates to more than 9 years of additional time being served, or around 8 extra days for each of the prisoners serving sentences at the brand new facility. As of June 2017, there were 426 lags serving time at the super prison. It holds, I think, over 2,000, right, guys. 426 lags in a prison that holds 2,000 something, and oh, it's just absolutely just laughable. The Howard League of Penal Reform, which uncovered the figures, has called for the government to scrap the imposition of additional imprisonment for rule-breaking prisoners. Out of prisons in England and Wales, the equivalent of punishments totaling 1,000 years were handed down in 2017. Right, the Howard League of Penal Reform have claimed the use of additional days has increased as prisons have been brought to breaking point by overcrowding and staff shortages, soaring from fewer than 160,000 in 2014 to almost 360,000 last year. Figures for HMP Berwyn are only available for 2017 because obviously that's when the prison opened, due to opening in February of that year. So a comparison with the previous year is not yet available. It's not available because obviously you can only go off the coast, and if something opens, opened in February last year when I got out of prison, so it's been open 18 months, and like I say, it's just, if you look at the stories, guys, it's just unbelievable. Yeah, so other prisons in England and Wales saw a large rise in the use of extra prison time, with some facilities passing down more than 10,000 additional days of prison time on inmates. Some facilities handed out no additional time, while others kept the numbers of extra days in two figures. Francis Crook, the chief executive of the Howard League for Penal Reform, said the explosion in the use of additional days of imprisonment has been catastrophic for the prison system. Rather than solving problems, it created new ones, piling more pressure on the prison population, worsening overcrowding, which in turn leads to more drug abuse and violence. These figures illustrate the urgent need for reform. We need to see a culture change in jails from top to bottom. She's great, Francis Crook. She follows me on Twitter and I follow her. She's fantastic. A prison that resorts time and time again to further punishment is an unhealthy prison. Scrapping the imposition of additional days would make prisons safer, fairer and less likely to churn out people who go on to reoffend. In the community, it has worked in Scotland, and with the right approach it would work here too. 100% stand by every word. The Howard League said its research showed the prison culture, rather than the size or population, was a better indicator of whether more days were imposed on prisoners. The charity added two people breaking the same rule could receive different punishments, leading to a sense of unfairness. A prison officer spokesperson said the public would expect any prisoner who uses a mobile phone behind bars, or who attacks prison staff, or who smuggle in drugs to be punished and spend more time in prison. Right. So that's the story, guys. What I'll do, as I always do, I'll put a link in the description below, guys. £215 million this prison cost, right? Its capacity is well over 2,000. Like I said, it had 426 prisoners in, and it's been rife with, there's been cell fires, there's been officers have been suspended, there's been drugs thrown over the wall, all sorts of just absolutely laughable, guys, right? And like I say, it's a super prison that's supposed to be different from all the rest. Yeah, it's got exactly the same problems. All £215 million, or 212 or 215 million pounds of taxpayers' money have been spent on this waste of space. They shouldn't have built any new prisons. They should have just plugged that money straight into the prison system as it stands, and then plug them gaps and put that money. That money could have gone a long way. It's for prisoners, for prison officers, recruitment, education, skills and training. That's what they should be. Prisons need to be places of reform and rehabilitation. Currently, rehabilitation is a made-up word, so people like the Justice Secretary David Gork and the Prison Minister Rory Stewart and Michael Spur can walk around, wear suits and feel important while taking hundreds of thousands of pounds of the taxpayers' money. It's as simple as that, guys. 9 years extra out of one prison. It's been open a year. Fucking hell, guys. Like, it's been open a year. It's not even at full capacity. And they've handed out 9 years, guys, of prison time. That's a lot. It's 8 days per prisoner that's been in that jail. The equivalent of. Unbelievable. Another prison guy that's failing. Simple. You know what I mean? Another red line reference. Prisoners that, like I say, it annoys me, guys, because, like I say, it's common sense. Decrease the prison numbers. Increase prison officer numbers. Right? Prisoners that have got mental health problems shouldn't be in prison. Abolish short sentences because they're counterproductive. The court should have more faith in community orders. Obviously, there are people that need to be in prison for the public safety, but I've been in prison with people in for, like I say, murder, tax evasion, not paying council tax, driving fines. You know what I mean? One guy just refused to pay a parking fine, went on and on and on for years. He ended up getting, he done 2 weeks, he got 28 days, man. Served 2 weeks in jail. What is the fucking need in that? Waste of time and waste of taxpayers' money. You know what I mean? Right, guys, let me know what you think about the video. I'm not going to ramble on. Link will be in the description as always. Let me know what you think about the video. Been on a bit of a roll today. Another video down. Like, comment, subscribe. Cody out.